Hello, Honkers, and thank you for joining us for this first edition of Honker Company News. I'm Public Affairs Officer Drury, and this episode will be a recap of the month of September. We have for you today an exclusive interview with the cadet who was first to get their uniform in the Naval Science 1 class. Some news on our Raider team, upcoming events, and of course, the Cadet of the Month. Now, Petty Officer Coots.
The Raider Challenge is an event to find out who the strongest, toughest, and fastest cadets are in a company, and our very own Honker Company got the third place medal for the Raider Challenge. Back to you, Honkers.
Some upcoming events in October. Our first orienteering event will be Friday the 20th. There will be a company roller skating event on the 25th. Now, an exclusive interview with Cadet Barr.
I'm here with Cadet Barr because she was the first person in her Naval Science 1 class to finish her tough card and receive a uniform. Is it all right if I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
Excellent. So first off, what motivated you to really push and complete your tough card?
Well, growing up, my parents were military for a good 16 years, so ever since I was born, my parents are always on the go, and it's really just to follow in their footsteps.
So what was the hardest thing, do you think, to complete on your tough card?
I would say the hardest thing was honestly the chain of command. Everything else was pretty self-explanatory, but the chain of command, especially for people who have trouble with names, is pretty difficult.
So I've seen you've earned a few ribbons. For those who don't know, what ribbons have you earned?
I have earned a participation ribbon, which is 3 events, attending 3 events in your green tough shirt, and then you have the participation, or not the participation, the recruiting ribbon for recruiting 2 of my friends into ROTC.
Nice. And what advice would you give to others who haven't completed it yet?
I would say definitely just pump it out. You got to get them all done pretty fast. Obviously, we have a deadline, but definitely work on the chain of command and the general orders. Those 2 will stump you for a while.
Thank you, Barr.
Thank you.
And finally, our Cadet of the Month for September is Athletic Officer, Public Affairs Officer, and Orienteering Team Captain Drury. He was too busy for an interview, but I'm sure if he was here, he'd say stuff like how grateful he was for being Cadet of the Month, and he can't wait to keep doing all the things he can for Honker Company. That's all we have for this month's episode. Thank you once again for joining us, and have a great day.